Sometimes owning your own business sucks. Now, I know all of the management gurus and all the other online gurus right now, they're all screaming at me and they don't want you to hear that, but I would never lie to you. And sometimes it does suck. You get kind of these two different sides of I like to call them the online guru or the management guru space. You get the real hustle guys like the Gary V's and the Grant Cardones who are telling you hustle, hustle, hustle all the time, 10X, go for it, work through the pain, keep on going. Then on the other end of the spectrum, you got the guys like the Tim Ferriss and the 4-Hour Work Week and the lifestyle engineers who tell you to work from a hammock on the beach and, swing from the trees and you won't have to do much and you can just basically be retired. And the truth is, neither one of these is really realistic all of the time. You can hustle, hustle, hustle sometimes, but you can't hustle, hustle all the time because you're going to burn out. You can swing from a hammock sometimes, but you can't work from a hammock because you're going to get sand in your laptop. It just doesn't work out that way. And usually it comes in between. But sometimes there are just times when business does suck. Owning your own business can suck. And there's some times where you even want to cancel your own business. Just this last weekend, I was setting up for a new show that we were going to be doing. We're starting a brand new show Fridays every afternoon, 12 p.m. Eastern time. We're running a new live show on creating a cancel-proof business and freedom of speech topics, those types of things. You'll want to check it out. And we were rushing to get the first show launched. And on the morning that it happened, we started to have internet problems. Our internet kicked out in our office, so we had no internet. So this was all well and good. We continued to set up, do things offline. I used my cell phone and set it up as a Tether hotspot. So I was able to hotspot in to get things set up and hotspot in enough to deal with the internet provider company to find out what was going on and finally get things kind of reset. And just as we were coming into that 11:30 mark, just before the show, everything seemed settled. The internet was fine. Our internet speed tests were running great. We had all the show ready to go, ready to launch. We were just kind of putting our final touches on and boom, I hear this big bang and suddenly my monitors go black and I hear the telltale beep, beep, beep of my UPS telling me that the power is now out. Well, I do have some redundancy there. I have the power bar, but because we didn't have to use it very often, I realized that things weren't set up that well. None of my monitors were plugged into it for starters. So suddenly things went into panic mode. Now, unlike what some people like to complain about places like Panama, the power here doesn't really go out that often. We hear a lot of people complaining about it. Oh, the power goes out all the time. It always happens. It really doesn't happen all that often. But when it does, it can be completely disruptive because oftentimes it doesn't come back for a while. So we went into this panic mode and basically I had to crawl under my desk. I'm moving around cables, trying to plug in my monitor to get it running. Finally got the monitor up and running and then realized that, I can't use the keyboard because it's plugged into a hub and the hub wasn't on the power bar. The router wasn't on that UPS. So we had to retether in on the phone, which was very near to being dead as well, the cell phone. Anyway, long story short, stuff flying all over the place. We finally managed to get a cancel message in on the YouTube. And I managed to get a message out to my VA telling him to send everywhere else that we've sent messages on the social to go and put that we had to postpone the live stream. I didn't even get a chance to email my list, so I feel really bad. I had emailed my list about this big launch coming out. All this stuff was going on. So it sucked. There's no other way to put it. It sucked because there were so many other things going on. We're busy with a summit right now that's coming out in February. We have a cancel-proof summit coming out in February. I'm announcing it here. That was actually going to be that live was actually going to be the launch vehicle for that, teaching people how to create a cancel-proof business. We have a couple of clients that we're helping them build a cancel-proof business right now. And we're doing some big transitions on their side as well. So there was a lot of work going on in that. We're in the middle of transitioning all of our equipment into our own cloud services. So nothing's going to be running on Google. Nothing's going to be running on the cancel-proof processes. And we've sort of been taking big chunks out of that. But because I was doing that, my laptop wasn't really connected to anything. It didn't have access to all the passwords. So this blackout basically plunged the business into the dark ages. And I got to tell you that I was ready to cancel. I was ready. I was fit to be tied. I'd be lying if I told you that a few choice words didn't fly out of my mouth as this was happening. Things were really kind of crazy. But I have to thank a friend and a mentor who came back to me and he talked to me about vision and what vision was. And that's the message that I want to convey to you today, that in your business, things are going to suck sometimes, especially when you're trying to escape the matrix, like all of us are. Sometimes things are going to be hard. Sometimes things aren't going to go the way that you want them to. And sometimes you may even want to cancel yourself. But you can't, because your mission is so vital and your vision is so important. What is your vision? What is your vision in 5 years, in 10 years? What do you plan on doing? What do you plan on your work being? Where do you plan your business to be at in those 5, 10-year periods down the road? And what is that message that you have to get out? For us, our message is simple. It's we help businesses to create a business that's completely cancel-proof, where you can get your message out there in a way without having to worry about censorship, without worrying about cancel culture, without worrying about some big tech platform shutting your business down. That's it. That's our mission. And I see that as one of the most vital missions that there is for me to help spread to the world. So it made me realize that I can't cancel, even though things are just blowing up, technology was sucking, the business was sucking. My mission was so important to me because I have to help other businesses whose message I support. I had to help them get their message out. And that's what my mission is. What is your mission? What is your vision? What is it that gets you up in the morning and keeps you going? Think about those things, and think about those things every day, but especially think about those things when your business isn't going well, because those days are going to come. Also, if you have a business that's at risk of cancellation, and that's just about anybody, unless you do nothing but pump the mainstream narrative all day, all of us are at risk. We have a summit coming up on February 2nd. Watch for more announcements coming soon. You can find it at cancelproofsummit.com. You can go there right now and register completely free. It's a summit that we're putting together to help you build a business that's completely cancel-proof. And don't forget to subscribe to Renegade News right now. Every week on Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going live to talk about that exact topic. And you're not going to want to miss it. This is Glenn Kowalski from Renegade News. I'll see you over there.